Hi, it's Samuel Larsen here, and what I want to talk about is a quick view on Shopify themes. Now, a quick view is a functionality that a lot of themes have started to offer these days, and it really goes back to 2012 when it first appeared on web design. Now, the idea back then, and still is, to just make it easy for the customers to view the products without actually having to go to the product page. So when you have Quick View enabled, you will get this light box open up when you click the Quick View for the product. Now this is different from the actual product page, whereas the product page opens completely and you get diverted to a whole new page. So you're no longer in the collections page, so to say. Now, the idea here is to just make it easy for the customers to browse through the products so that they can still remain in the main collection while seeing a whole bunch of different products quickly. Now, a lot of themes, like I said, have this feature right now, and I think it's mostly because they kind of have to have it to be competitive. Not so much for the benefits of that, and I'll explain what I mean by this a little bit later. But by default, this functionality is usually on, and most people that start stores, they don't really think this through. It's just a feature that exists there, and they haven't thought about switching it on or off. It's just a thing that runs in the background without having a big visual impact. So people don't think it through. But in e-commerce, we want to have a reason for everything. And if we are going to reach our full potential as merchants and get our value per visitor as high as possible, then we need to think through everything. Now, traditionally, you could say that the benefits of Quick View would be just a quick server load, so you don't have to load through different pages, but you just load that one light box there. Now, I would make an argument that if this is a good argument for having Quick View, most likely your servers need updating. So I don't think that's a very valid argument. Now, the second argument for that, for Quick View, is expedited shopping. So you want to make it faster for your customers to make that purchase, fast and easy. And while this is in general true, it's arguable whether this really makes it that much faster to shop just because it opens in a light box instead of a traditional window. Now, the third really reason for this would be to make it easy for browsing products. And now it's a very good and well-intended thing, but it can be quite confusing, as I'm going to show you in a screen share very, very shortly. Now, these are all based on good intentions. We want to serve the customer, make it easy for them to buy. However, having Quick View enabled can actually make it more confusing for a lot of people. Now, I'm saying this because we as site owners, site operators, merchants, web developers, designers, we know how the site works. We've been on the site multiple times over and over again. It's like our pockets. We know what's in there. However, we want to underestimate the visitor a little bit and assume that they don't know what we know. So if our visitor is lazy, if they're self-focused, and if they're a little bit non-technical, we want to make it as easy as possible for them. So although we know how our site works, the people visiting it don't. That's a very important concept. Now, people haven't really considered the drawbacks of this Quick View functionality, and biggest drawback that it has is that it often gets confused for being the product page. And because it gets confused for being the product page, it can appear to the visitor that certain information doesn't exist. So if you're in a quick view and there's not like certain like important dimensions, for example, or a size chart or something like that, you might not know that you're actually supposed to go to the product page and seek it from there. So it can be very confusing. Now, we also want to, in a sense, corner our visitors. It sounds a bit harsh and predatory, but once you are in a page, it's actually like a bit of a pain to go back rather than just click away from the lightbox. And this can be a good thing because your sole purpose on a product page should be to get them to click to that add to cart button. Now, I want to share my screen and go over some examples of merchants and show how they have dealt with this and what you can learn from that. So let's jump into the screen share and I'll see you later. All right, hello and welcome to my computer here. Let's see a few themes of Shopify and let's then see some real life examples of other e-commerce retailers and how they have handled it. So here we have the hottest theme out there right now, Turbo theme by Out of the Sandbox. So this is probably going to be the most popular theme of 2017, if that would be my guess. So let's see. By default, they have a quick view enabled, and it will show on top of these product pictures. So it will show up in a way that looks like a button, and this looks like something that we need to click on. So let's see how it looks on this particular site right now. And we get a lot of options here. Now, to me, this looks very much like a product page. And I bet to a lot of customers, it looks like a product page as well. So the problem with this particular one right now is that the view full details is very hidden. Now, even with that visible, it would be a lot to expect to have customers find this button and to actually click on this because it doesn't actually even look like a button. It just looks like regular text over here. So that's a lot to ask. And if there is something that the customers want to know, but they cannot find easily, that's going to be a big problem. So let's see the regular product page and how it compares. Here we have a lot of key features that cannot be featured on the actual quick view page, such as dimensions, weight, very important stuff. So I bet this page will convert a lot better than the quick view page. Also here it's very evident that you can actually scroll through the different shares. Now let's see the quick view again and let's see why it's a problem. Now if you're a customer browsing the store, you usually are trying to click on about the center of the image. So it's very possible that you might click on the quick view by accident and confuse this to a product page just by the button being here on the very middle. And if this is all you see, the only button, you're more likely to just assume this is all there is, and you're not going to find the full details. So very problematic thing possibly, and something that will cost the seller money. All right, let's move on to the next store. This is Mobilia theme, a very popular theme as well, a little bit older by Out of the Sandbox as well. So same team developers, and they have decided to put the quick shop here by default. So again, this looks like the button you should press if you want to view this necklace. And this is how it opens. Now, the problem with this is there is very limited information, but also as a customer, it's easy to confuse this as just this showing more text. If I see this at all, because it's a font that it's very difficult to see. So I actually have to know that I need to navigate here. And only on this page can I actually see the product dimensions and more text. Also, this is the only place where I can see more pictures. Pictures sell, especially pictures of usability. So I would like to see them on the Quickview page as well. However, I understand like you're quite limited on a tight window like this, so you most likely cannot fit everything there. And that's why it would be a lot better just to have people go straight to this page. All right, another example here. It's a similar theme, but they have done something a little bit smarter here. The quick view button is on there on the top right. So now I'm not as likely to accidentally click it. So let's take a look here. Also, to view product details, it's on a different font, so it's way more visible. Remember the hierarchy of colors. The ones that look apart draw eyes a lot better than the ones that fit in. So let's take a look here. Right now, I'm only seeing one product picture. And here we see a whole bunch of them. So all the color options and styles are hidden here actually. And this is a massive problem because here I might thought like, do they even have it on my size? Do they have it on my color? And I would have to click here and go and investigate. Now, you never want to assume that the people will actually go through the trouble. So having them just see this page would be a lot better again. All right. So we've taken a look at some Shopify stores. Let's take a look at some different options that we could use. So these are hover effects. And the first example is IKEA. All right, so IKEA knows that the product dimensions for these kind of tables are very important. And they have decided to put the diameters here on the actual collections page. So you don't actually have to go and see the product page if you don't want to. But at the same time, it's obvious that if I want more information, I can just click on here because there's this pointer now. And also I can see the different styles from this hover effect. So it's a very nice way to make it easy for me to see which colors are available and also to make it easy and obvious that this leads to the product page itself. So this way, the person, whoever is doing this, can actually go and search this very fast. So they know the colors, they know the dimensions, and once they find something that they fancy, they can just click on it. So let me click on the black. Ideally, it would go to the black one, but it seems to, yeah, it seems to select it. So that's beautifully done by IKEA. Well done. All right, so another example here. This is H&M, and I'm not a big fan of this because it's basically doing the same thing as all the Shopify stores. However, they do feature here different colors, but the different colors aren't really clickable. So I have to go to actual product page to see them. Now they do have the same quick look on the center. It's a lot smaller, so it's not as likely to be accidentally clicked. But it still looks like this is the product page. However, a good thing about this is that it doesn't have the add to cart button, so it's less likely to be confused. And here I can actually click on the different colors. Now, if you wanted to see more and actually go to the product page, you would have to find this very, very small view details button here that just really blends in. So it would be a lot better to make it bigger. And yeah, here we go, the product page. All right, last example, and then we're done. Here's Nike. And the way that they feature their products is since color is very important for shoes. You can have a hover effect and you can actually click on and see without clicking even different kinds of shoes. Now this is like a way to circumvent the quick view options without having to completely abandon it. You can just have this hover effect on your product page or collections page, I mean. So this way you can have the browsing experience that the big boys have, but without losing any of the functionality, without confusing your customers, and without losing those sales. So that's it for the screen share part. All right. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found that useful. And go ahead and make sure to disable Quickview from now on if you are not doing it as well as these merchants here on the examples. So really give it a thought. If you're still in love with your Quickview, consider that it might cost you a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's your call. I recommend turning it off. But that's it really. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. I put on good content like this all the time, so don't miss out. And enjoy. Thank you for watching.